Alright, so just testing first. So I just want to test up here to make sure everything in a gear. Right? Right. Hey. Make sure everything in a gear here. Right? Alright, so just testing again. Guys, a new screen recorder for the phone that I trying, right? Alright, so just testing again. Guys, a new screen recorder for the phone that I trying, right? Alright, so first and foremost, I want to give our praises to Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahushai, Ba'asham, Rakah, Kodash. We see the balance to the apostles and elders of Great Milton rule well. And we say salutations to the Akim, to the pushing the word and all truth and sincerity day in and day out, constantly in season, out of season. We say shalom, right? This be one of the brothers from GMS Trinidad East, which is one of the camps in Trinidad here, right? And just to go into little few precepts, we coming into the time of that heavy pagan worship and that heavy Christmas time, the winter worship, the winter solstice, as you see on the picture here, and I just say through the scriptures, just bring out, I show some scriptures, just to show that, hey, you're not supposed to be following any traditional men, and you're not supposed to be upholding it or following these fables that Esau teach, because all these things like Valentine, Christmas, and all these things, it's not written here, right? Well, they give you the Jeremiah, they give you explanation that they're not supposed to uphold the Christmas, right? And it's a straight cut too. So, but they know that plenty other things that Jake follow that they're not supposed to be upholding. As you can see in the picture, it says city Christian, your calendar is pagan, and that's true. The calendar they use is very paganized, right? Which is not the original calendar, right? So you have like Christmas, you have Easter, you have Halloween, you have Valentine's Day, you have May Day, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and all go back to some mythology, some mythology god, which is some pagan god, some Greek god, right? And that just to show you that Esau have the plan and they are worshiping other gods, right? So this is Colossians 2 verse 8, right? I start with Colossians 2 verse 8. It says, beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not after Yahushua. And that's right. Don't let people don't let men spoil you through don't be spoiled through the philosophy of men, and vain deceit. The teachings you're supposed to follow Christmas, to uphold a day, New Year's, and all these things. Don't fall for that. The scripture say, beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit. Don't let them spoil you through that philosophy. Because when you go look at the word philosophy, let's do a quick search on it here. Right? Let's do a quick word search on philosophy. Right? Philosophy, that's just a quick Google search, right? A quick Google search here. Philosophy is the study of the fundamental nature of knowledge, reality, existence, especially when considered as academic discipline. It's a when they go down to the old, it's a love of wisdom, philosophy. So don't let them teach you the wisdom of this world, in matter of fact, because the wisdom of this world is an enemy to our shy, right? So reading over, this is Colossians 2 verse 8. It says, beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, right? After the tradition of men, and all these holidays and all these things is tradition of men, right? That is not of Yahweh Hashem or Shaykh. It have no way you're going to see Christmas in the scriptures. It have no way you're going to see Halloween in the scriptures. It have no way you're going to see Valentine's in the scriptures, right? Because that does show you all these things, all these holidays that they uphold. It's basically evil days, because when you go to the word holy, it even go back to it even goes back to a Hindi word that means devil, right? And what a little search that I do, I'll see if I could find the document and bring it back, right? So it's a beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit after the tradition of men, right? After the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not after Yahushua. Yes, because the things the things that they uphold and the things that Jake keep is of the world. That is not of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Christmas, all these things are not of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Carnival, all these things, that is not of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, right? That is not of the Lord, right? Go to the next scripture here now. Mark. Let's go to Mark. So before I bring on that, it said not to follow the tradition of the world, because you know what, we are not of this world, right? We're not of this world, so we're not supposed to be following things of this world. This is John chapter 15 verse 19, right? It says, if ye were of the world would love his own. But because ye are not of this world, yes, so we're not of this world, so we're not supposed to be upholding the things in of this that be uphold on a high stature in this world. Because we're not of this world, right? We of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, right? It says, if ye were of the world will love his own. Yes, so even like when we teaching against these things, which is against these things, the world don't love us for speaking against these things, because you know they want to uphold it. They're of this world, right? Shalom, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatah Tawara. Yeah, I seen the comment and just let me know if everything clear, and so on in the video, right? That. So it's the scripture here. Say, if ye were of the world will love his own. It say, but I have chosen you out of, therefore the world hated you. Yeah, the Lord chooses the world, right? And so we're not supposed to be upholding any things in this world, or encouraging people to uphold these things and on, right? So following these holidays is straight blasphemous, right? Right, so I'm gonna go to our next scripture here, because let's go back to the Colossians 2 verse 8. It say after the rudiments of this world, because as again we're not supposed to be following the world. The love of the Lord is not in this world, the things of this world, right? This is 1 John chapter 2 verse 15, right? 1 John chapter 2 verse 15. It say, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. It say, if any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. So if a man love the world and upholding these things, the love of the Father is not in him, because he not upholding the right holy days and so on. Again, as you can see, there's a difference between the word holy day and the word holiday, right? Because the word the holy days is of the Lord, and the holidays is of the world, right? So we don't uphold the holidays. Again, if you could just do a deep research on the word holy, which is HOLI, I believe it goes back to the word devil, right? Devil day or demonic day, right? So that is to show you that that is what they have you all that is what they have you all upholding, right? So reading over 1 John chapter 2 verse 4 verse 15, it say, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. So that is just to show you we're not supposed to be upholding things in the world. So don't let no man spoil the true philosophy and vainly see the things of this world, because that is what these pastors and all these other teachers making you whole. Again, this is just a video that's going into we already see the time coming into that heavy Christmas time, which you're going to see plenty pagan. You're going to see the snowman, you're going to see the mistletoe, and all these things go back to to idols, you know. And we seen it all around us. Brothers might see it in a family house and so on, but you know, they just sort of bear with it. But you know, not to uphold these things, even for the people that don't know that you're not supposed to follow these things. You're not supposed to, because these things are not of the Lord, right? Christmas, Easter, Halloween, Valentine's Day, right? Even the common weekdays, they go back to idols, right? Right? Right, so going into the Mark now. The Mark right. This is Mark chapter 7. I will start from verse I'll start from verse 6. It says he answered and said unto them, Well had Isaiah prophesied of you hypocrites, as it is written, the people honor me with their lips, but their heart is far from me. And that's right, the people honor the Lord with their lips. They jump out, they come out and they ball that they're following the Lord and think. But they honoring the Lord with the lips, because when you watch the deeds or you watch the things you do, they ain't following the Lord in all truth and sincerity. Right? The only people following the Lord in truth and sincerity is the men of the Lord, the men of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Right? Because the people that following Jesus Christus and following Serapis, they fall in an idol. So how could they be following the true God, right? It says verse 7, it says, howbeit in vain do they worship me, teaching for doctrines the commandments of men. And these things the high, like we say, the high men of stature do today. They teach the doctrines of men, the commandments of men, like Christmas, Easter, the whole these Christian masses and so forth. But how could you hold a mass for the Lord? That mass is like you celebrating the Lord's death, right? You glad that they crucified the Messiah, right? Even when you hold the rosary, which is the cross, the literal cross. I mean, in the cross where it said the bear cross and so forth. I mean, the literal cross that they hold in a hand, right? That is an idol, right? That goes straight back to Egypt, right? And that cross they hold in their hand. Would you like somebody holding your murder weapon and celebrating it? The cross is just like a representation of the weapon that they used to kill the Messiah. So you holding that in your hand, you holding the weapon that kill the Lord, right? So why have it? We actually hold it. They come like you celebrating the Lord's death, like, but in a way that that they're glad, you're happy, So it's a howbeit in vain do they worship me, teaching for doctrines the commandments of men, because they see the prophet that if they teach the commandments of men, they see the prophet that they will receive. Right? Let's hold on. Hold on, fam. Let's look for something here quick. Yeah. So you're holding the tradition of men, following the fables that they teach, will soon lead to destruction too, because can the blind both shall fall into a ditch, Right? See. So following all these pagan holidays is not a good thing. Right, because we're going into the winter solstice. You have Christmas, you have New Year's, you have Boxing Day, and all these things that they celebrate, but which is not of the Lord, right? And plenty sacrifices will be going on these days too, and this period of time. That way you're seeing so much of missing people, so much of deaths happening, because you're seeing the sacrifices that Esau is doing, right? Let's say Mark 7 verse 7. It say, howbeit in vain do they worship me, teaching for doctrines of the commandments of men. It say, for laying aside the commandments of God. And that is what they do. They lay aside the commandments of God to follow these days, because following the commandments of God is like a hard thing to them. That is why they jump up and say the commandments, the laws and the commandments done away with, because they push the word of God aside, right? Or that way, going back to verse 6, it said they honor him with their lips, because they ain't acting, right? they ain't acting, because faith and works go hand in hand, right? But they don't have none, right? Then the works they do is of the devil, right? That the works they do, they ain't doing the works of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, right? So it say, for laying aside the commandment of God, ye hold the tradition of men, as the washing of pots and cups and many other such things ye do. Say so, following commandments of men. So you push aside the commandment of the Lord to follow the commandments of men, because one of the things people like to do is to be seen. That is, say, a vain custom, vanity. Because everything, when I watch for this Christmas time, when I watch for any other holiday, it's who are the best lights, who are the best paying job, and so they push aside the Lord to follow the commandments of men, right? It says verse, and they say they washing the pots and cups. I know that there's examples to show you that what things they do, and they can actually see it for Christmas time, they do it for Easter, and they do it for any other pagan holiday, right? These Christians and them uphold, right? It say and ye said unto them, full well ye reject the commandment of God, that ye may keep your own tradition. And that's right, they reject the commandment of the Lord to keep their own tradition, and that why I use this picture. This like this the main, not the full main, but just some of the main traditions that they uphold, right? Because there are many other traditions that they uphold, like carnival. You have so this spring break and all these things that they uphold, and it's like major things too, right? So it say here, and he said unto them, full well ye reject the commandment of God. And hey, that is something heavy, because when I tell people, when I tell Jakes about this truth, they push us, and they tell me to follow the commandments and the laws, they push aside that. You know why? Because I remember me and our brother was talking to someone else, and we tell them, hey, you're not supposed to be celebrating your birthday. And it was like, birthday? Wait, thing, that come like that was a hard thing to them, a real hard thing to and that obviously it actually ended up leading we stopped seeing the brother, because we was correcting them through the scriptures, and we stopped seeing, right? But hey, fathers will, so be it, and that was like a hard thing. That was a hard thing for him, like to keep away birthday by no presents by. Like this will show you that they push the commandments of the Lord aside to follow their own tradition, right? It's verse 9. It say, and he said unto them, full well ye reject the commandment of God, that ye may keep your own tradition, right? So yes, so they keep their own tradition, and they keep the birthdays, they keep the Christmas, they keep the parties and all the things and so forth, the Thanksgiving, all these things that they uphold, which is not of the Lord, right? Let's just jump straight down to Mark verse 17, verse 13. It says, making the word of God of none effect through your tradition. Yeah, so they come like, hey, this the words that the Lord speak here is not effect, is not even, or they're not even upholding, it's not effect. You all even like the word of the Lord, right? It says, making the word of God of none effect through your tradition, which ye have delivered, and many such like things ye do. Yeah, so that doesn't show you they will never uphold these words, because they will need elect go and grasp this knowledge, right? Let's get some other scriptures here. Some other scriptures here, right? It says, this is 1 Timothy chapter 1 verse 4. It says, neither give heed to fables. Right? Yes, so to give heed to fables, because all these Christmas, all these things is like fables, Like when you look at the word fables, it means a tale that is fiction, a myth, like Santa Claus, Halloween, these things, they're myths. So it's in here, neither give heed to fables and endless genealogies. It's like going to that genealogy, like Salat. Like the word genealogy means this a quick in concordance here, it means tracing by generations, right? So going back into generations, and that's something Jake loves to do. Like Jake always loves to go back into the past. Even it have a group, there are a particular group of Israelites, I can't remember who it is. They go and do a DNA test. They go and see if they have the X factor, to see if they come from Africa and so forth. But that doesn't show you that just giving heed onto endless genealogies, because it could go way back, it could go further than that. Right? It has some of them that go and do the DNA and they find out they come from the line of Esau, but they ain't gonna put that. You understand? So it says, neither give heed to fables Cause in idea we deal with faith. That way you see, that way they see the call the camps of GMS, the men of GMS faith, what's say by faith bound, you know, the faith camp. Yeah, because at the end of the day, is it deal with faith, right? It have a whole chapter dealing with faith, and there is in the book of Hebrews, right? So it said, neither give heed to fables, you know, myths, all these things, you know, Santa Claus, as I said, Santa Claus, even the hell doctrine, all these things, don't give heed, you know, don't pay attention to those fables and endless genealogies which minister questions rather than godly edifying, which is in faith, so do so, which is the godly edifying. It's like what we doing here, right? Edifying that they're not supposed to be upholding these traditional men, right? In order to follow these traditional men, right? Alright, let's go next scripture here. Alright, and this is 2 Timothy chapter 4. I will start from verse 2, right? I'll start from verse 1. Matter of fact, it says, I charge thee therefore before power and the Lord Yahushua Mashiach, who shall judge the quick and the dead at his appearing and his kingdom. It says, preach the word, be instant in season, out of season, reprove, rebuke, exhort with all long suffering and doctrine, you know. So, you know, reprove, rebuke, you know, we use these words to do that. And right now is a rebuke to the Christians and all these people that uphold in these days, right? Reprove, rebuke, you know, teach them the truth, and that's what we do, right? It say preach the word, be instant in season, out of season. Yes, so no matter what it is, and we know we're coming up to as I said, to the winter solstice, which obviously will bring snow, you know, and we have brothers outside there that be preaching in the snow, right? There are brothers who preaching in the snow. Even in the Caribbean here, we have something called like rainy season, which would bring plenty floods. And brothers go once we could go to the spot to teach, we go out to teach, right? We go to teach in the rain or not. We preach. I remember preaching in the rain, right? Preaching in the rain until we recently found a spot that they could underneath. So you're not getting wet when the rain fall. You might get a little wet on your foot, on your feet, but they know like small things. So it's a be in season, out of season, right? Let's say preach the word, be instant in season, out of season. It's a reprove, rebuke, exhort with all long suffering and doctrine. It say, but the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine, but after their own lust shall they heap to themselves teachers having itching ears. Right? Yes, so because you know, obviously the what teachers that teach them lies. Let's go back to the Isaiah. Even the Isaiah mentioned that, you know. And Jake will always heap to teachers that teaching them lies, things of this world, things to comfort the wickedness that they do. And these teachers, all they want is the money, so obviously they will teach them things. They will teach them things of this world. You know, that they could go ahead and celebrate Christmas. You could buy children onto the gates and so forth. You know, that is what they want. They want somebody to tell them that. They want somebody to reprove and rebuke them, right? Let's say lust. It say, for the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine, but after their own lust shall they heap to themselves teachers having itching ears. It say, and they shall turn away their ears from the truth and shall be turned into fables. Yeah, so they will turn away their ear from hearing the truth, you know, like in this word. And that obviously that the level Jake on today, what they believe in right now is what fables, you know, these myths, you know, Santa Claus, the devil, when I say the devil, I mean the devil that they pop with the fork and red and so forth, right? These are myths that they're going to the Easter bunny, you know, because Jake love to make the Easter eggs and they coated it in the nice candy and the chocolate inside, and they put it in the garden, and they had the children running behind it. You know, Jake just follow what Esau do, right? So you say here, they shall turn away their ears from the truth and shall be turned into fables. So yeah, so these teachers making them believe in fables, you know, because these pastors say they ain't going to teach you nothing else. That's what the splitters say, silly Christian, you know, because you all Christians you all pooning every day, right? And the teachers that be above you all, they ain't teaching all the truth, they're teaching you all fables. Because right now, as we speak, these churches, what they're decorating, right? They're decorating for the Christmas time. They're gonna put up the what is called this thing, where they put the there's built like the kind of cabin, and there's put there's put the Messiah inside the I can't remember what the church just call it at the moment. And there's put like Mary, there's put like Joseph, there's put the Messiah when he was a baby, you know, when he was in the when he was born, right? But that's some name the church just call it, right? But that you know they're getting ready to do that. And when you read through the scriptures, Yahushua could have never be born in a time of snow. Just straight out there, you know, just straight out, right? So yeah, so it says shall turn away their ears from the truth and shall be turned into fables, right? But verse 5 says, but watch thou in all things, endure afflictions, do the work of an evangelist, and make full proof of thy ministry. And that is what we're doing here. We're making full proof. And, you know, we do these videos, also then street teaching. You know, brothers may do classes, brothers edifying other people outside there. So, you know, we make full proof of this ministry. Day in, day out. That's going back to verse 2. It says, preach the word, be in season, out of season. You know, so I'm making full proof, right? You know, proving the things that here, that all these things that be teaching us were lies, you know, that making full proof, because we had to go back, we had to bring back Jig to the full back to the Lord, right? So going to our next scripture here. Yeah, let's get a scripture here. Let's hope everything. Alright. Alright, so we're in the 2 Peter chapter 1 verse 16. Alright. This is 2 Peter chapter 1 verse 16. It say I'll start from verse 15. It say here, moreover I will endeavor that ye may be able. It say moreover, 2 Peter chapter 1 verse 15. It say moreover I will endeavor that ye may be able after my decease to have these things always in remembrance, right? It say for we have not followed cunningly devised fables, when we made known unto you the power and coming of our Lord Yahushua Mashiach, but were eyewitness of his majesty. So you know, this is we didn't follow those fables, you know, those cunning fables, right? Because you know that is how they bring it to cunning, you know, it's like something nice, something pretty, you know. You know, we didn't follow that. The men I Lord ain't gonna follow that, right? So you know, I go end it off day. I want the video of day, right? So you know, we say we give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, Ba'asham Rakah Kodash. We see the balance of the apostles and elders of great mercy and rule well, and so that you shall see the Akim also they pushing the word on all truth and sincerity day in and day out. Concerning to the brothers also they pushing the word on all truth and sincerity day in and day out. We see Shalom, right? Right. So you know, don't follow the tradition of men, to uphold the tradition of men, you know. Right. So until next time, we say Shalom.